Hello beer troopers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter the Master of Hoppets, today joined by
Brett.
of NYC is checking out our first dark beer from Equilibrium.
Oh!
Holy shit, it's not haze. I think we've only reviewed hazy beer from Equilibrium, except maybe Blueberry Boy.
Well, that's probably their fault.
Well, they make a lot of it, but they've made a few stouts too, and a few quite highly acclaimed ones. But we have one to review that is filled with adjuncts, but right now we fill with something that's maybe not as crazy because we're going to have something after this that's going to be a bit crazy. So it'd be nice to change things a bit. We have a bottle of Breakfast Time is relative, but we're checking out right now a bottle of their Mobius American Porter. We got this on Beerdome, so check out Beerdome. Link for their shop is down in the description. You know them by now. We talk about it a lot. It's a great web shop. That sells a lot of craft beer. So they got a lot of the Equilibrium stuff that came to Europe amongst the IPAs too. They actually got them. I didn't opt for those because I had such a big backlog of beer and we had other stuff.
And some of them weren't the freshest.
Okay. I didn't know about that. It was just like so much beer. And this is, something we ordered a little while back. So right now we're just trying to clear out a lot of the stuff we already have to review before we buy new stuff. Unless it's like crazy. Like people are saying, oh, this is nuts. We would probably jump on it. But this will be fun. So, Mobius is an American porter, and it's 7%, and it's an attempt at, making a complex yet highly drinkable dark beer. It's complexity of only malts and or dark grains, as they say themselves, and that's all. And, fermentation and whatever else. But it's just an attempt to make a dark beer that is not just, crazy and pastry or whatever, or barrel aged, or just something very complex and dark yet highly drinkable. And I think the ABV speaks for itself in that term, because you can get a lot of malt complexity without it being too strong in ABV. 7% seems, 6.5-7% seems like the golden road for these kinds of beers. Doing it lower in strength, you'll get some of the flavors, but it will not be as complex, sometimes a bit thin. So this will be fun.
It's a good middle way.
But that being said, they make loads of variations on this that are very much not that idea.
Especially the breakfast one.
I don't know if that's the same base.
I think...
I'm talking about Mobius variants.
No, but they do a Mobius breakfast.
Okay.
Which is very hyped and contains loads of stuff.
But this will be fun to try. So pours... a black color. For once, we get to try a base too of something.
I love that.
Me too. So
we don't like all kinds of shit put into IPAs. So it's nice to have a porter that's just straight up to remind yourself of how does a porter actually taste.
Yes. Yeah. So it looks nice. It's very dark. It is black. Yeah. Pretty much pitch black. It's that kind of slightly cola-ish black. It's not like opaque because it's not as thick.
No.
But
it's not pitch black.
Nice. And then a tan head. Let's check out the aroma. Very roasty, very toasty. Actually, more hop forward than I expected. I think there's
there's also
grassy hop
an American porter.
Yeah, true.
So
there's like a grassy, lightly hoppy thing.
It's like also like Equilibrium. I think they can't really leave out the hops.
Maybe, but it smells quite nice. Very roasty, very toasty. Charry and slightly woodsy roasty malt. Also different like coffee, but it's nice to smell.
And a bit of licorice.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would. It's not the highest rated Equilibrium beer, and it's the exact reason for that is because it's just a porter, and I think that's a shame because it smells quite nice.
I'm actually getting more like salty licorice.
I can see that there's definitely an umami edge, and I think that's a part of their roast. Profile from the malt, but I'm impressed about the hoppiness.
You know what it now?
But you know what it throws me back to? Old school Danish craft beer. Beer here. Think dark hops or pumpernickel rye porter.
I've had those loads of times. Yeah.
It's giving me throwbacks towards something like that.
Those beers were my entry to the craft beer world.
And those beers were fucking dope. Yeah. But people nowadays, hops and malt are not enough anymore. You need all kinds of weird shit. Even though that's also really
I'm just getting more and more licorice the more I smell it. Like salty licorice.
I'm getting that umami licorice for sure. I can see it, but I'm also getting like cherry, ashy, burnt, maltiness.
It is there, but it's just I'm getting more and more of that licorice for some reason.
Even a hint of dark fruit, but yeah. Let's give Mobius a taste. Cheers, and thanks to Beerdome for the beer. Okay, it's a fun combo because it's also quite British. I'm definitely getting dark fruity vibes.
Yeah. But that licorice thing.
Yeah.
That also plays into that British.
It's really roasty and toasty. And it's quite old school. It's really nice to see a new school brewery doing something like a new school brewery. Brewery that's known for new school beer doing something like this. Yeah. But I can see why a lot of beer geeks that are into what they usually do will think like, what is this? What's going on?
Yeah, it's not like a thick, huge.
It's a silky, slick, roasty and toasty, lightly more hoppy American.
A bit of vanilla licorice.
Cherry licorice.
Cherry, umami. A bit of like salinity that plays into that salty licorice.
Yeah, just like a minerality to it. Yeah. And then the hop character is like grassy, slightly citric, but it's not like it's not like hoppy
citrusy.
Beer. But there's definitely like an American hop character.
Yeah. It gives it like a dryness.
Yeah, and the big thing is like the roasty edge and like the minerality as you talk about, and it's like cherry and it's woodsy, slightly woodsy, roasted malt, but yeah, it's funny though. This is not something I imagine in terms of variations that would be very well suited to all kinds of adjuncts. I think this is just good as it is, and then that's all you kind of want to do.
Imagine this beer being like a tap only kind of thing, where if you just need a straight up
like brewery, where like breweries does something like this, or maybe they have a Kurdish on tap, or some of these styles that are maybe not hyped in the craft beer community, but they're actually quite nice to have once in a while. And I hope. When I had the fucking Sussex Ale, if you watch this and you haven't heard of Kurdish, go watch my review of Sussex Ale from La Cumbre. I was so surprised at how good that was. It was really nice. I haven't drunk a lot of Kurdish in a long time, but that was just like the perfect kind of summer beer. It was really nice, but it was, not like crazy gushing juice and you could drink a ton of it.
It's a Kurdish.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But a lot of modern beer geeks expect or want those kind of flavors all the time, and I like them, but I
want to be mind blown every time.
Yeah, you don't have to be mind blown every time. And sometimes it's just nice to drink something that tastes like a beer. This tastes like a fucking beer.
Yeah.
It tastes like a porter. It doesn't taste like candy. It doesn't taste like gushing tropical fruit. It's like roasted malt with a cherry edge, slight salinity, minerality, as you said. There's even hints of nuttiness to me. Yeah. There's some like coffee vibes.
Well, the more I think about it, that's actually the cool thing about New England IPAs is that it's a pure product.
I know, but
it's not filled with adjuncts.
But what I meant in terms of flavors is like the flavors are very out there.
Yes, but I think that's the cool thing about New England IPA is that it's kind of a pure product.
But it's also one of the pitfalls that often makes it not as easy to drink.
Absolutely.
A whole can of triple IPA on your own, and you can have that beer, and for the rest of the night you don't taste much else.
You can have a beer or two after
we've been talking
one.
a lot about it, especially you as well. It's like beer made more for impression, at least in the very, very well hopped versions.
Even though triple IPA,
I mean, if we're talking single, no, and double also sometimes, but a lot of times they go crazy nuts.
If I just have a beer by myself, I'll absolutely go for a single IPA. Yeah. New England IPA. I love single New England IPAs.
But I think this is a very fun interpretation on porter.
I think so.
But I will say, paying what this cost.
Yeah, it's like 140 crowns. That's
I think it's high for what it is. Because in Europe, we have great examples of similar things. Not American style, not the same hop character, but go get yourself a bottle of Teddy Porter from Samuel Smith, and you'll have the same experience. And that's less than half the price.
Oh, some of the old school Demoulin stuff.
Demoulin is a great example. This is actually very Demoulin-like. Because Demoulin was very influenced by American stuff. That was a great point, Brett. So maybe more so Demoulin. But
you can get a bottle of that for like 70, 80 crowns barrel aged. This is 140 crowns.
And they have Demoulin on Beerdome too. Yeah. So if you want to check out.
And you can find it around. I think Demolen has moved a bit into some of the web shops and the supermarkets, and it's around. So
one of the OG hype breweries of Europe.
Mm.
But yeah, I think it's a nice porter. It's got the flavors you want. Straight 90.
Yeah,
enjoyable stuff.
Yeah,
exactly what I expected.
No fuss, straight, straight up enjoyable porter. Yeah,
exactly what I expected to the T, which is interesting.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's I
90
don't know what else to say. Yeah, it's straight 90. Yeah. It's
enjoyable porter. But again, if you're in Europe and you want to try it, just great classic porter without all the fuzz. A similar type of beer would be Demolen.
Yeah,
the reason why I just
said
the
British.
Yeah, but the reason why the Teddy Porter is different to this, it's lower in ABV and maybe not as thick, and it doesn't have the hop character. But that one has like the big dark fruit thing because of all the esters.
Demolen's beers are more edgy and American,
but old school
hoppy and Again, they use the term "ish" about everything.
Yeah. But that was a great analogy because this is quite Demolen-like. So I wonder how the variants are. If you guys have had a chance to try any of the Mobius variants, is it the same kind of base beer? Is it like like this but with adjuncts, or is it ramped up, or what is it? Let us know. If you had a chance to try just Equilibrium Mobius as it is, let us know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton to Beerdome for the beer. Check them out. Link for the service down below. I'm not sure if they still have this left because they sell out quite quickly, and sometimes we're not the fastest with the reviews because of the back catalog. But they also have Breakfast Time as Relative, which we also have to try, which is quite a different beast from this.
Yeah, I think so.
And maybe we'll get to try the blueberry variant. Of Breakfast Time is Relative.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
That was made for Blubber Day.
Ah.
So maybe we'll get to try it if Blubber Day will happen. I hope it will.
Apparently there are some quite crazy beers for that day if it
happens.
Because
restrictions just went up in
free
Copenhagen.
chiefs and stuff. That's just
We'll see what we don't know yet. COVID-19 times.
Yeah, let's see.
Things just went up in Denmark. So
yeah.
If you had it, guys, let us know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it,
and ring the bell.
Ring the bell! And cheers a ton to Beerdome for the beer. Cheers a ton. Thanks a ton. And we're going to see you guys in another beer review.